Many people function perfectly every day, and only much later realize they never asked themselves why. I'm Richard Reeds. Welcome to my channel, where powerful books are transformed into clear, focused ideas. I'm glad you're here. The Café on the Edge of the World begins with a simple situation. A man is on the road, stressed, tired, restless inside. By coincidence, he ends up in a small cafe, far from familiar paths. Nothing seems spectacular, and that's exactly what makes this place special. The menu doesn't list meals. It lists questions. Questions we usually prefer to avoid. Questions about purpose, direction, and fulfillment. The visit becomes a pause from everyday life, not just externally, but internally. Through conversations with the people there, the protagonist begins to look at his life differently. His job, his time pressure, his decisions. Not because someone tells him what's right or wrong, but because he's given space to think for himself. The book highlights a strong contrast between a life driven by obligations and a life shaped consciously. Between being busy and being fulfilled. Between what we do and why we do it. Again and again, the question arises, are we living our lives or merely fulfilling expectations? Are we making decisions, or are they being made for us through habit, fear, or convenience? The cafe becomes a mirror, not a place of answers, but a place of honest questions. What gives your life meaning? What would you do if time didn't matter? And what's stopping you? The protagonist realizes that many people aren't unhappy because they fail, but because they never stopped to question their path. They function, but they feel empty. The book presents these ideas calmly and accessibly, without pressure, without heavy theory. It's not about changing everything, but about becoming aware and being honest with yourself. Over time, it becomes clear. Meaning isn't something you find like an object. It emerges when actions align with inner conviction. And so the question naturally arises, what is the author really trying to say? Perhaps it's less about finding the perfect life and more about having the courage to ask the right questions. In the end, one thought remains. A fulfilled life often begins when we pause for a moment and honestly ask whether we're still walking our own path. If you've watched this video until now, feel free to subscribe, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for being here. See you next time.